Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the look that I achieved on my client today, and I just wanted to show you guys how I was able to do this. If you're interested, please do keep watching this video. So you're welcome to my channel, guys. If you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed yet, please do that because this is going to be really educative. And for all subscribers, thank you guys for always coming back to watch my videos. I love you guys so much. So the first thing I did was to apply Miron skin prep. I'm just going to prep the skin, and I'm applying Miron skin prep on her skin, on her face. This will enable the makeup to last for a very long time. So I wanted to try a different method today. I didn't go in with skin primer, nothing. I didn't go in with face primer. I only used this Miron skin prep to see if this product actually works, and it did. So this served as my primer, and then I went in with a little bit of moisturizer on her T-zone area, and that was it. It was just on the forehead, the jaw, and underneath her eyes, basically. So right now I'm just carving the brow before I start the makeup itself. I'm just carving the brow so that it will give me a very nice shape. So I'm using this light shade of foundation from My Cheek Foundation, and it's a little bit different from her skin tone, but trust the process. At the end of the day, you're going to see that everything would definitely blend and it will come out nice. So at this point, my client was actually telling me that she didn't tell me like at this point. It was like after the makeup and all, she was telling me that she was a bit scared when the whole thing was white and all of that. But with the help of God, I was able to blend everything, and it came out really nice. So on her forehead, I applied her own skin tone, like the shade of her skin tone, like her foundation in her shade. That is what I mean. Guys. So I applied the foundation in her own skin tone just on her forehead so that everything blends properly, and then on her cheekbone area on the both sides I applied the same foundation just so that it will give me like a yellow undertone and it will look really nice. And I'm using Zickel foundation to do this. So I'll be dropping the shades of the foundation that I used in the description box. Please do try checking it out. So if you've not watched my previous videos, please do that too, because it's going to help you understand more and in details what I am doing right now. So I'm basically just blending. I'm applying the shade of her skin tone, the foundation that looks like a bit like her neck. I'm just applying it underneath her jaw line so that it blends with her neck, and I'm also applying it on the necessary areas that I feel and think would calm the first shade of foundation that I applied, which is the light shade of foundation from My Cheek. So I'm just going to contour her nose with that Zickel foundation again, and at this point I'm moving over to highlighting. So for highlighting, I'm using this concealer from Adventure Cosmetics. Okay, so the one thing that I really do not like with this concealer, and it's so annoying, the one thing I really do not like with this concealer is that it dries up quickly, like in 4 seconds. That is, if you even have as much as 4 seconds, it just dries up quickly. So once you are applying it, you have to make sure that you are blending it. If not, or is your case. So I'm applying Zaron concealer again, just underneath the Adventure concealer that I applied. So the Adventure concealer I applied is like 2 to 3 tones lighter than that of her skin tone, and then I went in with a concealer, this Zaron concealer that is about just 2 tones or a tone lighter than her skin tone, and then I went in with her shade of foundation. So that's it, guys. And then I'm also going to conceal this part just above her lips so that everything looks really nice. So what I'm doing at this point is just basically blending the whole makeup, because you want everything to look neat, clean and nice. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm still going to highlight this part of her face with that adventure concealer, and as you can see from the video, once I'm applying it, I am concealing it. I am blending it. Once I'm applying the concealer, I am blending it. Unlike the Zaron concealer, where you could easily, or so many other brands where you could easily apply and wait for some time and then just blend the whole face. No, you have to make sure that as you're applying this one, you are blending it. So I hope that that is understood. You have to understand the kind of product that you are using. So I'm going to highlight also her nose, this part, and then on her forehead, and then use a shade of concealer that is almost in that of her skin tone, or you can use a concealer that is in that of her skin tone and then just blend. So for powder today, I'm going in with this powder palette from My Cheek. So most of the products that I'm using in this video are the products that I have been using for quite some time. You discover that even in my previous videos, these are the products that I have been using. So I'm just applying this powder all over. So I'll be going in with different shades from this powder palette. So at this point, just on her inner corner of her eyes, I'm going to apply a very light shade of powder and then go in with a yellow undertone, just so that everything looks nice, neat and well blended, so that it looks more of her skin tone. So I'll be doing this on the both sides, like this part and then the other part. So you have to make sure that you are using the right tools, the right brushes. You are using you are using beauty blender when necessary, and you are using the right brushes when necessary. So I'm just going to apply that light shade of powder on her forehead, on her jaw, and just above her lip a little bit, and then on her nose. So me applying this powder does not mean that I would not set the face. I'm going to set the face just a little bit before we continue. So the setting powder that I'm using is from Sacha Buttercup, and then I'm just going to apply a little underneath her cheekbone like this, her forehead, just basically on her T-zone areas, the way you can see me do in this video. I'm just going to, I didn't continue with beauty blender because I felt it was too difficult to use, so I had to go in with brush, and it was way much easier. So I'm going in with this brush and I'm just applying this setting powder on these areas and all of that. You have to make sure that you don't do too much. You don't want the powder to be too much so that you can easily blend the whole thing. So I'm going to set her brows before I start drawing. So after setting her brows with this setting powder from Sacha Buttercup, I will just also contour her nose, and I'm using a yellow undertone of powder from this My Cheek powder palette. And then for her blush today, I'm going in with this shade of blush. I don't know what color exactly this is. It's like a pinkish yellow, I don't even know. So I'm going in with this shade of blush from Violet Vase eyeshadow palette, and it actually came out bomb. It wasn't too much, it was so nice. So before drawing the brows, I went in with got to be glue, and then I just brushed the hairs of the brow before I started drawing. So in drawing the brow, I used Carite brow gel. I just drew a thin line underneath the brow and then another thin line above the brow. And then after doing that, okay, so this Carite eyebrow gel, in Nigeria. Like I said it in my previous videos, that in Nigeria you can get it for as low as 500 or 700 naira, depending on your area, for one of it, because there are two. You have brown and black, so it depends on your area. And then I'm just going in with this brow pencil. This particular one is just 100 naira. Thank God in Nigeria it is still 100 naira. That is if the price will not add in the next couple of days. So it's just 100 naira, and I'm not filling in the brows too harshly. I'm just going in strokes by stroke so that everything looks clean, nice and natural. So remember the first shade of foundation that we used. I'm just going to use it to conceal underneath the brow. You have to make sure that you're as careful as possible so that you do not clean up the lines that you had already drawn, or the frame or the map you already made on the brow. So once you're done, make sure that you buff the concealer properly. Like, you want to make sure that you blend underneath the brow properly so that it looks really clean. And that's why you can see me using beauty blender. You can see me using different brushes to achieve this. So I'm going to set her eyes today with this Zaron concealer. I'm just going to set it before I do anything that has to do with the eyes, before I continue. So for the eyes, I'm using this eyeshadow brush, and this is the shade that I'm using from this Zaron palette. This kind of earth color is like orange, but it's not orange on the transition area. And then I'm going in with the dark brown, this shade right there that you can see me touch. I'm going in with it on the transition area also. And then a brown shade. This is like a deep dark brown, a brown shade from that Zaron palette. Still, I'm just going to apply that on the crease area. I'm just going to keep applying and applying until I feel good with what I have. So that is it basically, guys. I'm just going to keep applying that shade on the crease area. I wanted something smoky but calm and still very nice. So I'm going in with a dark shade of purple at the outer corner of the eye. I'm just going to go in with a dark shade of purple and then apply a subtle orange on the outer corner of the transition area, basically, guys. So that's it. And then I'm going to apply a little shimmer from Ice Cream eyeshadow palette. Is like pinkish purple. I'm just going to apply that only on the crease area, and I really loved what I got at the end of the day. It looked so nice. It was like kind of bridal, but it came out still nice, calm and beautiful. So I went in with Carite eyeliner gel, this black shade. I went in with it, and that was what I used to line the eyes. And then I applied eyelashes and then used mascara from Kiss Beauty. I just applied that underneath the lashes so that the excess powder that fell on her main lashes would not look too obvious. It won't make the whole makeup look rough and dirty. So that was why I did that. So for her lip, guys, I'm going in with these two shades of lippies from My Cheek lip palette, and I'm just going to apply a darker shade of purple at the outer corner of her lip and a little shade of nude in the inner corner of her lip. I'm just going to tell her to blend everything, like smudge it together, to just rub her lips against each other so that it blends properly. And then I'm going to conceal her lips so that it will give me a well-defined shape and the lip would look very neat. So that's what I'm doing basically, guys. I'm just going underneath her lip and then above her lip, and I'm just going to make sure that I blend everything properly so that it looks nice. And I didn't want the whole lip to look too big, so that was why I also concealed. So at this point, guys, this is what we have, and you can see how beautiful that is already coming out. I really loved this makeup. So I'm going to buff out the excess setting powder that we have right there in the areas where we applied them initially. I'm just going to buff everything out so that it looks more like powder, but then in her skin tone. So I'm going to go in with this pink shade of eyeshadow from Violet Fast eyeshadow palette. I really so much love that palette. It has been working for me for quite some time. Like I started using it beginning of this year, and I've been in love with it. So I'm going to just go in with a little bit of gloss, because I love glossy lips a lot. You guys know already, right? So I'm just going to apply that so that it gives me a little bit of shine, and so that it makes the whole makeup pop and bomb. So I'm going to also mascara underneath her lashes with this Kiss Beauty mascara, and then highlight her cheekbone area with Zaron eyeshadow palette. This is what I use as a substitute most of the time. Just the gold shade there in their Earth eyeshadow palette. I use it most of the time as highlighter, and it works like magic. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just going to also highlight the middle of her nose, and then for setting spray, I'm using Zickel setting spray to set the makeup so that it can last for a very long time. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope that it has been helpful. If it has, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share, and also comment in the comment section. Guys, please don't forget to share. I really love it when you guys share. It just shows me that I'm doing a good work and you love it and you want other people to see. I hope that I didn't disappoint you in this particular makeup. So I'm going to show you the before, just in case you have forgotten. This was what she looked like before we started the whole makeup. See you guys in my next video. Bye.